Thank you very much for joining this call. And This podcast is actually like a proud part of the DreamMatch project, which is co-funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. And today we're having an honest conversation about the real-world journeys of young people navigating their career choices, the doubts, the expectations, and the path to self-discovery. And I'm your host, representing Veseliga Satistība Skola, the organization from Latvia. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So joining me today are four fantastic participants from our local community, and I'd love for each of you to introduce yourself briefly. So you could tell us your name, what vocational pathway or field of study you are currently in, and maybe one word that describes how you feel when you think about stepping into the labor market. So let's start with Mirel.
Hi, my name is Mirel. I'm 23 years old and I work already. I didn't get university yet. I started working right after school. Yeah, I'm working and I feel like I've chosen my working path. So feeling pretty confident.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who wants to be the next?
I can tell you about myself a little bit in a few sentences. So my name is Nikola. I'm from Latvia, from Riga, and I had quite a difficult situation with choosing my career path and choosing the degree where I want to study, which I want to study, but I chose business administration, and now I'm finishing my last year of studies, and it's time for me to enter local markets or I don't know anything. And now I feel a little bit confused, but I'm glad that this field, business administration, is quite large and I can connect it with anything, I guess. So, yeah, that's it about me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ernest?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Ernest. I'm 19 years old. I got my last year in school. I'm studying entrepreneurship, and after school, I'm going to mandatory army for 11 months. And after that, I haven't figured out yet what I really want to do. Maybe something with agriculture, but I'm still not sure.
Okay, thank you. Did you choose the army or it chose you?
No, I chose the army because of the benefits that you can choose which like university you can get for free, basically.
And you can choose which university you get after the service
Yeah, yeah, it's like a bonus
the-
after you complete the 11 months. You get like they pay off the university.
they pay off the university. And do you
Yeah.
have the obligation later on to serve in other, like for example, if you study medicine, you will be obliged to work at specific hospital.
Well, I'm not sure about that really.
Okay, it's still on the way to for exploration.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ernest. Arina, what about you?
So, hi, my name is Arina. I'm 22 years old. I have two unfinished higher educations. I tried doing two bachelors. One was right after high school. I went to study architecture, and then I took an academic break after that to see if I would actually like the work. And then I left that education because I realized that the studies themselves are very different from the actual work. And it was just very hard for me to imagine how, with that education, I could have a job that is fairly compensated, but then also challenging and interesting for me. And then the second degree that I started was computer science, because again, I was always good at math and the natural sciences. But then that helped me realize that I'm actually a much more sociable person than I thought originally, and that I really do not like to spend all that much time at my computer. And so now I work. I work as a program manager at an educational institution, and I like it, but I still feel the need to get higher education. But yeah, it is very challenging for me to pick my path because oftentimes, well, I always had many interests from back when I was in high school. But even for the interests that are very strong, again, I face this challenge that the studies that you do are very different from the work that follows after. And actually, within my social circle, I know quite a few people that completed their degrees, but their work is not related to that at all. And I just do not want to be in that situation. I want for my education to be used and to be meaningful. So I'm currently struggling to figure out the next steps.
Wow, that's amazing. Actually, our organization works in educational field in Erasmus Plus. So if you will be interested later on, I can share my contacts. So we are in touch in case of any projects, any possibilities.
Oh, yeah, I would be very, very happy.
That's great. That's great. Okay, so for sure, like a big focus of DreamMatch project, our project, is understanding the very real challenges of choosing a profession. So some of you already shared, but let's talk about the reality of making these choices. So my question is, can you share a bit about what made you choose your current educational path? And have you ever had a moment where you doubted if it was the right fit? Who wants to be first?
I mean, I think I can go first because I was also the last person to speak, which, yeah, as I've already
Okay.
said, I've tried two different paths. Now I'm trying to figure out a new one, so something that I would actually start and complete. And I think for the time that I spent in university, I actually spent more time doubting if that is a suitable path for me than thinking that, yeah, this is absolutely what I want to do and it will be useful in the future. And I also think that, yeah, the fact that the world is changing so fast doesn't help. And also the fact that none of my parents, like no one in my family has a higher education. So when I was younger, yeah, I had no one to ask, or I really didn't know what it was like, why it mattered, how you can choose university, what you should look at. So I'm just figuring it all out by trial and error. But I'm trying to figure out a better way because just trying everything and then seeing how it goes can take a very, very long time.
Thank you for sharing. Nicole, Mirel?
Well, as I said, I didn't start the my university journey yet. I will be starting my university path only since this September. Um, and I did it on purpose. I really wanted to understand what I want to study after school, and I had no idea straight away. That's why I started working, and that's how I understood what I like and what I don't like. Hopefully, my like studies will be beneficial for me, and hopefully, I chose the right degree. Yeah, so. I don't really know what to add regarding the educational aspect of my career yet.
Okay, thank you. Ernest, Nicole, if you have something, tell me.
Yes. What can I add, when I started my my university, it was 3 years ago, and to be honest, I can't say that I'm disappointed or that I'm outstanding happily. It was okay. It was plus minus as I expected, and it it wasn't so difficult because I don't think that this is the most difficult program and field, but it was all right. It was interesting. Something maybe made me upset because some professors just were not interested in their courses, and that just was a little bit sad because students weren't interested in this specific course. But otherwise, I think I can't add anything special. So it was normal. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ernest, do you want to add something?
I don't know because I haven't started university, but I can add that in the army why I chose that because of I'm an outdoors person also, and I want to experience something new. So that's why I chose it, and that's pretty much the simple way. And the benefits also that they pay you, and you can go to the university after.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so we jump to the next question, and here it is. Have you ever felt a skill mismatch in your studies, and how does feeling out of place affect your daily motivation? This is one of the question, and one more question. You can choose between two of them. When you were making your career or study choices, did you feel external pressure from family, teachers, or society to pick a safe or specific job?
Well, I can start. I will be answering to the second question because I have nothing to I have no experience in the first one. So I actually experienced some pressure from my family members, from even my teachers in school. They were forcing me to start studying sooner and just to pick whatever, just to study, just to choose the safest option. So they weren't really happy that I started working straight away and that I took a gap year. But in terms of the field itself, I have never felt any pressure at all.
I can follow up. So in my case, I experienced no pressure at all from my family or the teachers or any people around me to pick one specific thing, which I think is amazing. It is very different from a lot of people. But I also, I think, at times lacked guidance or kind of interest in my choices from the people around me who were maybe a bit older. And then, yeah, I just ended up doing a bunch of trial and error that might have been avoided if I started thinking about my choices myself sooner.
I can
Thank you.
answer to the second one.
Yeah.
Uh, about the family, I have two older brothers. They have already a full-time job as like IT specialists in 3D modeling, and so basically they have good salaries. And I personally think like, oh, they get paid good, and I want to also be like them. That I'm not falling behind as like the youngest brother. So maybe that is one thing that I can add as like a pressure a bit for me that I want to be as same as them. So yeah.
I can also add that unfortunately I had some pressure after school from partially from my family because they wanted me to start studying as soon as possible without taking a gap year, but I took it, and For me, this gap year was a good option, but during this gap year, I had really difficult relationships with my family, with one part of my family, like my father, because he's a business owner, and he wants me to follow up like his startings and beginnings, and he always told me that, like, from the 12th grade, that he wanted me to become an accountant. And he didn't just tell me, he really pressured me with it, and it was really difficult because I didn't know what I want from myself, but I needed to do what he wanted from myself. And that really made me confused, and it really, like, stopped me in choosing the field where I want to study, because I just didn't understand where I belong. But as you understood, I went on business administration program, and now I'm quite satisfied. But also about information that was given in the university, we had so much courses. Our program is 3 years long, and we had all of the possible courses which are somehow connected with business administration and with business itself. And it was really difficult because we just had a really broad, huge amount of courses, and it was difficult to understand where it's better to go, which path to choose. So yeah, I had these kind of confusions during my journey.
Thank you very much for sharing. Well, for family business, to have your own accountant is the best, whom you can trust.
Yeah, that's why my father wants me to become an accountant and to be his accountant, of course.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because
Okay,
he
thank
also
you. Thank
told me
you.
that there are a lot of problems with accountants, and he had some big problems because it's just difficult to trust, because it's a really, really important part of the work, and there were some things that should have not happened. So yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. I understand what it means. So support you in that.
Thank you.
Um, okay. So as we wrap up our main discussion, I want to ask you. I want to ask each of you to look back to your own journey so far, and knowing what you know now about career pressure and self-discovery, what is one piece of advice you would give to a younger student who is stressing over their upcoming career choice?
I would say that the main advice is to just trust your gut feeling and to follow your just heart. So I think it's the best just not to listen to anybody and to do whatever you want. I mean, still being, still thinking smart and making wise decisions, but it's really important to do what you really think is necessary for you, because nobody can really know what's best for you.
I think my advice would be remembering that there isn't just one path. Because I think that when I was growing up, my thinking was a bit like, oh, each person has this talent or this gift or this one thing that they would be really good in. And as a young person, your job is to kind of find it. And when you find it, it will just click. But actually, we people are so diverse. And even when someone has a certain I don't know, certain qualities. Like when you are very athletic, you can do so many things. You can do military service, you can be a sports coach, you can still be a doctor that does a lot of missions in difficult situations. So there really isn't just one path that is correct. And I think when I started realizing that, it also took some of the pressure off me to make this one correct choice for the rest of my life after school, because actually there isn't just one thing that is meant for you that you have to find. Each person can be good in so many things, in so many different fields. And also, I think you should always be ready to change, because I think now statistics shows that people live for such a long time that most people switch professions at some point.
Thank you. What about the rest?
What I can say as an advice, I think just don't be afraid if you're not sure about your future, because it's okay to explore different options and change your path later. And also, as I mentioned, in my study program, there were a bunch of courses, and from one point of view that's like not very good because it makes you confused, but from the other hand it really helps you to discover new things and gain new knowledges and understand where you belong. So it will take time, and that's okay, that's all right. Just try different experiences and they will help you understand what you really enjoy.
Thank you, Nicole.
Of course.
Ernest, do you have an advice?
Yeah, a lot was already said, but what I can say, probably not to rush things, studies, and try different experiences so you can figure out maybe what suits you the best, and maybe the right option for you to become your profession. Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's an incredibly valuable advice and advices. Thank you for being so open and honest about your local experiences today. Once again, this podcast was created under the DreamMatch project, made possible with the support of the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. Thank you to our listeners for tuning in, and remember that finding your true calling is a journey, not a race. Goodbye.